Kraken. Why did that do? Oh, ignore that. Ignore that thing you just saw. Don't worry about whatever that was. But we're here. We're only 11 minutes late. 13.
What?
Who's counting? Who's counting?
What?
Who's counting? Fashionably late.
As Kyle and I were talking about, it's not like we've done this 30 times or anything. No big deal.
No.
Never. Couldn't be
I felt
me.
I felt kind of bad posting about us starting at 6:30, and then
We suck.
we
We
suck.
started at 6:45. We're still getting the hang of this whole.
Starting at 6:45.
Might be a good move. To be fair, we're still getting used to this whole live stream thing. Not really, well versed or whatever. But I hit.
We're here.
I hit record this time, so I
Yes.
don't have to upload this shitty fucking Twitch VOD as our YouTube because that shit looked bad. I don't know if anyone went back and watched that one with Steven, but the quality that video
Yeah.
was garbage. So this will be better
Trash.
because Discord somehow is better. Also, we have a Discord server. If you guys want in, let us know if that's something you guys would be interested in joining. We can open it up, make it a community thing, plan drives,
yeah.
fucking circle jerks or whatever.
Hell
Whatever you
yeah.
guys are into.
Your shirt cap.
Anyway, welcome to the Rev Match Podcast, the automotive podcast where we sexually proposition our listeners. What's going on, guys?
Yes.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a
Speaking-
good question.
That is fucking Klondike bar sounds like it's slap right now. That's such an old man ice cream, bro. You know what I mean? Like, who
It
the
hit
fuck?
Hell
different.
yeah.
It
Name-
hit different.
Find me one person that's ever been like, what would slap right now? Klondike bar. Nobody, dude. It's always like fucking it's like Choco Taco or some shit. Choco Taco be slapping though.
Choco
Choco
Taco.
Taco be slapping.
You remember
though,
when
bro.
Taco Bell used to carry Choco
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Choco Taco is Chris's name at the gay bar. Anyway, what's everybody drinking?
Taco? It's Chocolate Thunder.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I never.
oh my god.
Who we starting with? What you guys got?
I don't know. Mike's in his emo phase again. I have a yeet claw.
Mike's in his emo face.
Dude, Mike's lighting in his room is like a 13-year-old female AFI fan from like 2002. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Oh,
my life
Soup.
is a black abyss.
right? The scene girl haircut
Yeah.
like
yeah.
with the snake bites and like.
Oh, yes,
jeez. My parents
the
love me, but
eyebrow.
they don't understand me.
And like the striped arm sleeves. Do you remember those things? Like the black. Just
Oh,
just
God,
imagine.
Yeah.
It's like a hot
Tom was.
topic.
Hey, hold on. Speaking of that, Tom, why don't you hit up in the chat how much you were an emo boy?
I've seen one photo of Tom and I was like, that dude loves My Chemical Romance. So like,
Oh no!
Damn, accurate.
speaking of photos of Tom,
Yeah.
Tom Soren 2J, who is a huge proponent of the podcast, always shouts us out, always posts us. Well, speaking of which, Tom, tell all your fucking assholes to get in here. Let's do this shit. Let's go live. We got very little content for the podcast, so I can respond to a bunch of your homies' comments. He won the photo giveaway, which you guys all thought was fake. So yeah, he tomorrow, right?
Like
Tomorrow?
legit one.
Yeah, he did. I didn't even have to game it because fucking Mike and Chris's ladies tried to win, or Kyle and Chris's ladies tried to win. Like,
Yeah, they were.
I put,
Yeah, take-
I put. You were like, why the fuck do you need to win this? It doesn't make any sense. I'm right here. Like, I take photos of you all the time. I don't understand. So, yeah, he won fair and square. He's gonna get a free photo shoot with Chris tomorrow, actually. So obviously photography super quick, as we learned last episode. So you'll see those photos Thursday afternoon. No big deal. Anyway, just kidding. He's so excited. He apparently went and bought a whole new fucking car.
Just for the occasion.
Yeah, I did. He totally did.
What did he get?
The Audi, right?
No, he got a
Maybe
Mercedes.
he's got an AMG something, right?
Well,
like a-
kind of an
Oh.
AMG.
Is it like a CLA 45 or something like that?
I was talking on the phone and we were chatting during our meeting at the same time, but he said something about a Mercedes diesel, like with an AMG kit or something. I don't know. I don't know if he's still on here right now. Maybe he can chime in here.
I don't know. Who's Magic Legend? Oh, I thought that was supposed to be Ivlogic, and I was like, what does that mean? And then I put 2 and 2 together, and yeah, I got it.
Vlagic, baby.
Why are we shaking our heads?
At Tim. What did Tim do? Is it because Tim never wears a shirt on this podcast? I don't think that Timmy has ever had sleeves.
No.
I'm sorry.
24
shitting off
fuck.
the-
No, I think this is
It's
legit like
hot.
episode 23 and 24. This is like, yeah.
Always a tank.
I know
Yeah.
more about Timmy's shoulders than I know about my own.
Look at those twigs.
Yeah.
Look at all that. Look at all that lack of depth. Jesus Christ, Mike.
Look,
how
I
about
got
more
attacked by a
pillows?
bear.
Did you actually get attacked by a bear?
I didn't decorate that. What do you think decorated that?
No.
Mike did it.
The old lady.
Oh yeah.
Well,
the
and
old
like,
ball, the old ball and chain.
It's okay. We call him Tim all the time.
Wrong Tim, I meant Tom.
We-
I was like, what did I
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
Oh, that's
all
so
good.
funny. Okay. Oh, are we actually all rolling?
Yeah, I think we're good. What are we
Okay,
drinking?
I'm drinking a Ye Claw, like I already said, which is my wife made it, so it's like 3 shots of Deep Eddy's vodka and a White Claw.
love
Oh,
Yeah.
it.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
Right after leg day, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
oh, you're in the gym again?
I have been since I've been out here, bro.
Good shit.
Yeah,
Good
man.
shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
It really
What's a
doesn't show.
gym?
Wow. Why don't you come over here and say that to my face?
Are you gonna fly me out there?
No, fuck no. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I just got working again, motherfucker. I ain't paying for shit.
You might as well run over here after that leg day.
Hey,
Right.
no, dude, it's like fucking jelly. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Your boy was rocking chicken legs before this shit. Yeah. Anyway, Chris, what are you drinking?
To Hello High Watermelon.
Oh, that's good
wait.
stuff.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Kyle, what are you drinking?
The good old. So I'm on
Son of
a
a
fat
bitch.
kid diet right now, so I'm drinking the good old sparkling water and vodka. Totally.
Nice. Are you doing keto or are you doing fucking
No, he's doing that.
The Optavia, whatever it's called.
you're talking about?
It's-
Yeah, it's like, that yogurt is the first thing that pops in my head.
No,
What the fuck is that?
Optavia is like it's like these like meal replacement bars. Like you start the program off and it's called a 5-in-1, and you eat 5 meal replacement snacks all day long, and then you have like a green and a high protein meal at the end of the day, and it's to like put your body into this fat burning process, and they basically start to wean you off of it as you progress, essentially.
So
So like the
yeah.
diet he's on is supposed to be like.
So the last time I
low
did this, I
carb or
did it.
something like that.
I did it for like 2 months and lost like 30 pounds, and then I
See,
gained 20 pounds over COVID.
Yeah, so I did I did keto and I lost a gang of weight. We're gonna get real fucking whack here for a second, but it's a low content show and nobody's watching. So who gives a fuck?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. So yeah, just to put the diet episode. I did keto, bro, and I lost like fucking 25, 30 pounds when I was working at Rover, and
Oh,
I
shit.
gained that shit back. So, talking to the homies, they're like, "Hey, you know the easiest way to lose weight? Not lose weight, but burn fat, and also like not have to be ridiculously strict about your diet." I'm like, "What's that?" And they're like, "Just find something super heavy, pick it up, put it back down, okay, do that 40 times. Got it." So like I'm kind of like I'm in
Sure.
like that mode right now. So I'm just trying to make sure that like I'm going to the gym at least 4 days a week. Trying to lift heavy. I haven't lost any weight, but I've got way more muscle mass than I did before. And I have a lot more energy. And I don't care about poundage as long as I'm leaning out and like,
You're
fucking
good.
going to
Yeah.
the gun
Well,
show
if you-
here and there. Or at
you
least the
relate-
pistol show.
If
you
you,
know?
if you,
the the airsoft
It really-
tournament. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Pew pew. It relates. You lose weight, you go faster in your race car. There you go.
Perfect.
Yep. It
Sure.
works.
You know what's funny? You know what is fucking me up though is like not being because I was like super emaciated and fat and gross over COVID because I was just like smoking weed and drinking and sitting around. And my shifter felt super notchy. And now that I'm not super weak, my steering feels hella light and like my shifter feels hella light. And I keep thinking there's
Because you're
something
going
wrong.
bang, bang, bang.
I keep thinking there's something wrong with my car. And I'm like, no, you're just not a scrawny little bitch anymore. So like I was driving to
my
work
God.
because
Oh
I have a
my
30-mile
God.
commute, right? And I'm like banging through gears and I'm like, what's wrong with it? It feels so loose. Oh.
Oh.
So speaking of slapping gears, Mike got to drive the GTI recently.
Wait. Kyle,
We got those drinks.
what are you drinking? It's before we.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
No, you're
sorry.
good. And then Mike drinking what?
For a little revision.
Ooh, Timmy's not drinking
Nice.
shit because he got home late from work. Anyway, Mike got to drive the GTI. Did you want to sell the Skyline?
No.
Did you want to sell this?
There was so much hesitation. There was so
No.
much hesitation.
Did
It took me a
question
second
He's
for
be-
thinking
that.
about all
okay.
the profit.
Yeah.
No. It was the question of, do I buy an STI or do I buy a GTI?
Fair enough.
Because the reason I got to drive Kyle's GTI is because we were putting the gray STI all back to stock so that I could go trade it in.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
the fucking car is wicked beyond belief. Like
Mhm.
I didn't realize how much it was wicked, and then he upgraded it, and it's even worse now. It's dumb fast. Like
So
I didn't
it's-
even rail on it, and it's Jesus.
So when we were doing my suspension, we rolled to Harbor Freight because it needed a torque wrench or some shit. We needed tools. I don't know. And he like did a third gear brake boost pull, and this is just with hybrid, like before all the fuel shit that he just did. And I was like, this seems really quick. Like this is fucking stupid quick. And you were like at what, like 460 or some shit like that at that point.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and now you're almost 100 over that, if not
Honestly,
more.
No,
I will
not
say,
yet.
though, I will say his clutch is fucking rough. I stalled that thing like 3-4 times.
Is it a factory clutch, Kyle?
No.
Oh God, no.
I was
The
gonna
factory
say.
clutch, the factory clutch will go out with the a stage 1 tune. Like the factory clutch is super garbage.
Garbage.
They're very
Yeah.
light in those cars. I remember driving a couple GLIs and GTIs back in the day and feeling like there was like no fucking engagement in like a factory Volkswagen
Right.
clutch. They're very. I mean,
Yeah.
it's once you get used to it, it's really easy to drive it smooth, right? Because there's no like hump to get over. As long as your
Yeah.
foot movement is smooth, like the car is going to be smooth, right? Like
Right.
Chris, you know what I'm talking about. The STI
Yep.
has that one point where it's like on off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, and it's kind of high, which is weird, and it throws a
Right.
lot of fucking people off when they drive them for the first time. It's like you're not
Yeah.
doing anything. Now you're sort of slipping. Oh, I let it off because I felt the clutch engage, and you did this. You know what I mean? So you have to like get used to like holding your foot weight on it. But yeah, Volkswagens are like so. What is it, like a stage 2 that you have in that thing?
It's South Bend stage 2 endurance clutch, if I remember right.
A lot
It's
of
been going pretty
fancy
good. Like,
words.
yeah, it's been going strong. I don't know once I go E85 how much longer it'll last because I think Ed should keep me around the 450, 440 wheel torque area.
As to
which
not
I
blow
think
the
that
gearbox.
Well, the gearbox itself will be okay as long as I obviously don't launch on like super sticky drag,
ETs or anything like that.
right. Which I don't really care to do at the drag strip. As long as
It's fucking
as
Chris,
long as
like to nobody in the chat, Chris is like, I'm gonna throw some shade. There's nobody
Yeah,
here.
that is a problem. If my gearbox destroys itself, there may
So
be
be
a
it.
chance that I may go like sequential like style. Like,
There's
who
a
cares?
there's
at
a
that point?
fucking is it ST shifters or some shit? Mike knows what I'm talking about. They make a sequential add-on kit for Subarus. on the fact. Now I've read a bunch of fucking horror stories about those things.
Yep.
So because it's not a straight cut gear. It's not a sequential transmission. It's got a synchro. It's meant to be slipped very little, right? People are like, oh, you shouldn't like in normal operation of a synchro match transmission, you're always slipping the clutch a little bit. A little itty titty bit.
Right.
And this is just banging synchros together, right? So like the only option really is like you throw a bunch of fucking money at like what's the one that Vermont Supercar uses for all their fucking rally shit? It's like a $20,000 transmission. Sequentials are expensive. That's what I'm trying to say. But they're fucking cool.
Yeah.
They're fucking super cool.
They're really cool.
Wait, what's more expensive, sequential or dog box?
Sequential.
Sequential.
All the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog boxes are just like manuals you beat the shit out of. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like they
okay.
don't engage unless you're fucking hammering them, and like sequentials
Yeah.
are. Sequential is like clutch out of first, and then because I just watched this whole like I don't know if anybody watches like the Hoonigan autofocus or whatever, but Ken Gucci, he's a professional drifter. He has an IS 300, OG IS 300
Mm-hmm.
with a 2J turbo swap, and he pulled a last competition year Samsonis sequential gearbox out of his 1,000 horsepower Supra professional drift car and put it in his IS 300 daily. So he's got a $30,000 transmission and like a $20,000 car. And like,
Jesus.
I mean, when you gotta like that, you gotta like that. I'd do the same shit, right?
Yeah. If I had cars to play with like that, fuck yeah.
So,
That'd be
but
sick.
like what it
Super
does,
sick.
what I didn't realize is how those fucking things work is they do it. It's a spark cut. So you clutch out of first, and when you shift, it cuts the spark for a split second to slow the rotating mass of the engine down, and therefore the input shaft to switch the gears, and it just bangs them together hard as fuck. But it's just like it does it so quick that it feels smooth, and then it turns to fucking. So you don't have to lift because it's just killing the spark, rolling
Right.
over, which is why they fucking shoot flames and shit when you. Because you just got dead fuel going through the cylinder, right?
That's
Oh,
and,
yeah.
then, and then the exhaust is hot as fuck, and it fucking, burble tune, but like real
Oh.
burble tune shit. And I was like, I want that, dude, but I'm not gonna spend as much money as my car's worth on a transmission because that'd be ignorant. Who would do that? It's almost like buying a whole new version of my car so I don't have to build the engine, Mike.
We're rolling into that segment already.
Shade has been cast.
You should have went with a Golf R.
Okay,
Blunt Man. Is there
That's
one
fucking-
of them
that's
stage
Lenny.
2 clutches?
Is there one? That's Lenny. What up,
What you-
Lenny? Lendo.
What up,
What's up, homie? That's
Um,
Blunt Man today.
So what started this whole
Dr.
path
Blunt.
down this was we went down to Volkswagen to purchase my wife's Tiguan 2018.
Mhm.
And they literally had a 2020 white STI limited with like 1,900 miles on it. You
I
guys all
remember
saw
that.
it in the Discord and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what started down this path. So as I'm
For the
sitting
record,
there
I'm not
looking-
going to put up photos of a 2020 STI because, like, whatever. But like,
Why? Nobody's
Google,
ever seen
Google
one.
it.
Yeah.
Google it.
Anyways,
Why?
so I stood there looking at it. Of course, the sales manager planted the bug. Your car is worth so much more than you owe. Da da da. I'm like, okay, let's finish this one up and let's talk about that one. Well, they sold that car, and he pulled an R up front, and I looked at it, and just the interior didn't do it for me. I didn't like the layout. I didn't like sitting in it. Not that I think it's a bad car. I just
It's not a bad car,
Not
but
what
I'm
I'm
with
used to
you.
and
No,
and
I'm
not
with
what I
you.
want to have as like a
Yeah.
daily driven car.
There is something about, and this is, I actually like the interior of GTIs with the like OG like plaid seats and all that stuff considerably more than I like at least the Mark 6 and Mark 7 Golf R interior. Now the Mark 8, as we already know, I have a giant boner for the interior of that car because it's fucking amazing. But anything prior to that, it was one of those things where it's like I'd literally rather buy the worst car because like I don't like the way that this car is laid
Yeah.
out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Right.
for me, I mean, Dane and I talked about it, and it's kind of spiraled me into this chasing down an STI. But thinking about the R and what draws me so much to Subaru is the noise and the sound it makes, right?
Mhm.
Like working through a
Absolutely.
canyon, that rumble, that like yeah, like I couldn't. I can't.
I had this argument
No
with
offense,
Trav.
Al, GTI is great. But
It's
I
fast
just,
as
I gotta have
fuck,
the
but it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had this argument. I didn't like. It wasn't like an argument, but I had a discussion with Travis from Snail Performance, and I was like, "Is it like how much am I leaving on the table by going to like a bigger diameter unequal length header versus like the same diameter equal length header?" He goes, "Why would you even put a bigger diameter unequal length header on it and not throw an equal length header on it?" I was like, "Because then it sounds like a Honda." Like, I don't want that. Yeah, it sounds like a yeah. Well, I mean, like, listen, WRXs, like, I've seen built WRXs and they're cool and they're quick and they're fast, but like, they don't sound cool. You know, they don't like sound like anything cool. Kyle will openly admit his car sounds like shit. He built it fast as fuck, and it's fast as fucking job done, buddy. You did it. You know,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I mean, the unequal length header makes it sound so unique.
That's the whole thing, dude, right? And it's like Subaru engine design is cool because it's bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it's the heart and soul of those things. So it's so yeah, I mean that's kind of where we're at, and that's why I have such a hard time with the idea of getting rid of mine. You know what I mean? Like obviously
Right.
for everybody who doesn't, well, obviously you guys are in the Discord, Daddy's in a holding pattern. So nothing's happening for probably 9 to 12 months. You know, trying to buy a house, gotta do some big boy shit. So cars are on the back burner, which is weird.
All adulting.
Yeah, which is weird. But then again, I got really far with this car really quick. I've had it for, I mean, if you don't really, I've had it for less than two. I've had it for 2.5 years, and it's already got full suspension, stage 2 plus, whatever, blah 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 blah. Right?
That way for at least what, a year and a half, a year at least.
Oh, dude, yeah, exactly. So like I went in deep real quick, and then COVID hit, and then all this other shit. Or what I mean, fuck, I put suspension on it during a pandemic, which is probably not the smartest thing to do when you don't have a job. But there we are.
Same.
Yeah, but you have a job. You're gainfully employed. I was gainfully unemployed. Also, thanks, Governor Newsom, for my sweet ass coilovers. Anyway, so yeah, you know, but it's cool that I'm happy for Mike, because although I'm jealous as fuck that you got a white one, because I think I've talked 4,000 times about how bad I wanted a white one, but you got a stupid ass wing on it, so get fucked. I'm just kidding.
And that's what started
That's stupid.
it started that, right? And then like I don't know if I talked about this on the last podcast, but the horror story of the one I actually found that
Yeah, tell everybody, because this is great.
So
wait. Can we roll back to I get a text message. No, I get a text message. Oh, he's got a bronze set of C28s he wants to sell you. Ooh, okay. So I get a text
I think
message.
It's funny that Mike has the white STI that you want now, and his GTR has the wheels that you want.
It's just I'm gonna fucking go murder him in his sleep, but whatever.
Why don't you just go marry him?
Do it.
Because then I gotta wait like a year to divorce him and take half his shit. It's way easier to do it my way. So I get it. Mike starts talking about, oh, look at this STI, look at this STI. I'm like, do it. Like, it's not a terrible decision. Like, you know, he's like, my payment only does it, whatever. And I get a text from him, and he goes, hey, bro, do you still have that downpipe? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, can you send it to me? And I was like, I was fucking hammered, as Mike will tell you when he called me to tell me this shit. But I was like, yeah, man, like if you fucking need it, like I'll hook it up. It's all good, dude. And we I'm not trying to put you on blast.
From Japan, bro.
He overnighted it from the free world for the cool amount of $290, but whatever.
Yes, I did.
And then
it's better than buying a downpipe, bro.
It is, which is funny because you ended up doing that anyway. But
I got a homie hookup on a downpipe.
That's true. I did. Yeah.
What's retail for a downpipe?
So a brand new one is $2,700. You can get them in Cali. You can get them used for anywhere from, and Mike looked at it too, 17 to 2. Right. Mine only had 11, not maybe 10,000 miles on it. And considering he already spent $300 to ship it, I let him keep it for $1,500.
Sure.
So I hooked him up.
That's fair.
Right? But
That's
it's
fair.
like
Yeah.
I have no market for it out here. Nobody gives a fuck about a catted downpipe in Texas because you don't need them. So it's like we kind of like hooked each other up, right? It's like you already have it. Like it's so much worth my time if you just keep it. Like I don't have to fucking deal
Mhm.
with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, not to fucking
But
hopscotch
yeah,
on my
no.
story.
So I found another one, and it was in Reno, which is anybody listens to the podcast or whatever. It's 2 hours from us. So I call the guy. We strike up a deal. We negotiate. The guy wanted almost 43 grand for this car. Granted, it was a 19 white STI limited, 4,000 miles on it. So I was stoked. Fucking brand new
I didn't
car.
realize it was a 19. Fuck, with 4,000
Yeah,
miles
yeah.
on it.
brand new car,
Yeah.
basically, right? With 4,000 miles on it.
And
I'm
the
stoked.
photos look great.
They looked
mind
great.
you.
They
Yeah.
They
did.
looked
Yeah.
They
really
did.
good.
Like, and honestly, I would say. So, anyways, so we'll get there. So Kyle and I rushed to put the gray STI back to stock.
So
basically.
my man bought a whole factory suspension.
Yep.
Did you already have stock
Fa-
sway bars, or did you have to buy those too?
Nope, I had those. I saved everything I took off the car, other than I sold Timmy suspension because they were coilovers when I got the car, and there was no downpipe when I got it. It was I had to borrow one from a buddy to get it to smog so I could buy it, and then I put the catless one back on it. So I had to get that cat
Oh, it
back.
came
So
with the
not-
catless one. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I never had a cat, so that's why I had to buy yours.
Right, got it. Okay. I didn't. Yeah, I was curious. I thought you had like sold yours back in the day or some shit. Okay.
No, if
Or
I had it,
it
I
did-
would have never sold it.
It
That's
didn't
dumb.
come with factory suspension either.
Correct. So
You
we
bought a
rushed.
set of factory suspension? I didn't realize.
Yeah, dude, I found it online for like $300.
It's very
Oh
cheap.
no way, that's dope.
I sold
Dude, yeah.
fucking yeah, dude. I mean, I sold when I put my fucking coilovers on. I sold. I think I sold Isaac my fucking springs and stock shocks for like $300. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those were like H
Yeah.
and R's and shit with like 1,500 miles on them. You know, it's
Yes.
like it's simple shit. It's not that
So-
expensive.
Kyle and I ripped the gray car apart. Wheels, suspension, sway bars, exhaust.
Put a sweet set of
detuned it.
fake ass T37s on it.
That too. Put those wheels back on it, and it was good. I mean, the car actually drove fine. Never used to hearing a quiet Subaru because I've always had the loud ass car.
Yeah.
And the next day, my daughter and I, we jump in the car and we drive up to Reno because I struck a deal with this dude. Hey, I'll bring it to you stock, other than wheels, whatever, and I'll buy your car. So we get up there, and keep in mind, I've communicated with this dude. I'm in the business. I'm over communicate because that's what I want. I want communication.
Well,
back and
plus
forth.
he's holding a car for you for like a week at this point.
Right.
Correct. So I rush up there, drive 2 hours out of my way to get there, and I get to the dealership. One, the guy who I've been talking to, the owner supposedly, not there. Car's
That's your
not there.
first fucking red flag right there.
Correct. Car's not there. And I'm like, okay. So the guy in the building calls the guy, hey, this guy's here. Hey, man, I apologize. I've been sick all week, which you didn't tell me in text messages. You've been texting me back and forth. And the car's not ready. It's got a broken window switch in the rear, the door panel's off of it, da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay, but you knew I was driving 2 hours to come buy this car today. And he's like, I apologize, I'm like, you know what? If it's a window switch, fucking buy it and send it to me. I'm not worried about a window switch. I can pop it in and out in the door panel.
That's
Not a
very
pierce a
easy,
big
yeah.
deal. Right, you know what I mean? In a rear window, a rear door panel,
Not a huge deal.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Plus, you don't
So
even use that
he's-
shit that much, so he gives a fuck.
Correct.
really.
And he's
Yeah.
like, so the car was at my shop, having that done. If you want to come over and see the car, come over and see it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I drive another 10 minutes down the road to go see it. And I get there and the car's filthy. Fucking filthy. So it has auction writing on the windows and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's fucking dirty. Don't be this guy.
You can clean it, right? They have a detailed
Right, you
appointment.
can clean it. I don't even if they can do a quick wash. I'm gonna go home and detail the fuck out of it anyways. Whatever. I start walking around this thing, and oh my god! So the Subaru emblem had taken some kind of massive impact and had been shattered on the front of the
What?
car. The bumper was a different color pearl.
No
the
way.
That's way
hood
worse
had been
than-
painted. The fender had been painted on the passenger side. The rear bumper looked like a cat had been let loose on the back of the bumper, and there was tons of scratches. And not like
How
you
much
can
did they want
buff
for this
out.
thing?
$43 grand.
Excuse me?
Okay, all right. Can no, okay,
I'm
go
not-
ahead. Because I feel so much better about the car that I bought now. Just hearing Mike
I
say this. way into
literally,
it.
was walking through. Hey, Timmy got a beer, by the way. Timmy got a beer.
Oh, hey, what are you drinking?
So I walk around and I'm like, I'm starting feeling things and I'm looking at things. I'm like,
Is that Thrasher?
that side skirt doesn't really look right. And I walk up to the back of it and I pull on it, and literally the entire clip for the side skirt is completely missing and it's just loose.
Well, that's
And like,
fun.
he's like, hey, take it for a test drive. I'm like,
No.
What?
I don't need to
I
test
drive
drive.
it. I drive it. I drive the car. I take my daughter for a drive. We drove all the way up here. I'm just gonna drive it. You know, I'm just trying not to freak the fuck out at this point.
Right.
So I go back, walk around it one more time, and the guy's like, "Yeah, so we'll go back to the dealership and we could do paperwork, and you can drive. We'll drive your car." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. Like you
Yeah.
literally wasted my time, me driving up here." And he's like, "Oh, well, you're in the business. I would have never known that was painted out." I'm like, "Dude, don't bullshit me. Like you can see on the side vent of the fender where it was supposed to be black and half of it's fucking white. If you're in this business and you sell cars and you can't tell this has been painted, you need to get out of this business right now.
You
Like,
fail.
Yeah.
like you fail. Like, and he's like, you know what? I apologize. I'm sorry. You know, at least the dude was cool, and he
Right.
drove me to the gas station and filled up my tank for driving all the way up there. But you literally wasted
4 hours out of your life.
5.5 hours out of my life to go up there to drive and see his car.
That's fucked up.
So
Plus, you thrashed way faster than you needed to.
correct. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do. Kyle and I threw that thing fucking back together fast.
Yeah.
Mind you, I mean, 5.5 hours of you driving, doing your thing and back. It took us, I don't know, 6 hours to put your car back to stock.
It hurts, coach.
And I mean,
And that
you
was-
had
that
to,
was-
you had to go back and forth to your house because you left certain parts at your
That
house.
was-
or the Tahoe
that
keys
was-
at home.
That was downpipe,
Full suspension, sway bars.
suspension, full suspension, sway bars, flashing the car back to stock, wheels, spacers, like
the only
the
thing
whole
we
thing.
didn't do was a fucking alignment, and fuck it.
Hey,
Yeah.
So
at least think about it this way, Kyle. The 5.5 hours we worked on my suspension prepared you for the time that you had to
Bro,
do.
yeah, but we ripped it all up. We still got stock. We didn't give a shit.
well, we did
didn't.
we did yours on the ground, and
That's
I'm gonna tell
true.
you right now, Alex, right, bro, doing it on the rack was
So much
Oh,
easier.
God.
if we did it on the rack, I could have probably had your suspension done probably in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the easiest suspension job that I've ever done in my life. Like,
No, we definitely were fucked by the fact that we were doing it on the ground. 10 out of 10.
yeah,
all the
it
way.
was, yeah, 100%.
How fast do you think we could put the Camaro back to stock?
You are not
Why?
getting rid of the Miro.
You got it. Don't.
Are you getting a Golf R?
We're gonna get to your purchase, sir. Hold on.
Yeah,
let me
we
finish
will
telling my
get to
story.
you.
We're gonna get to your purchase. But literally on the way back down from seeing that car, I was on the phone horribly. And I
Don't
found
text
the
and
current
drive
car.
kids.
Current car.
You don't
So
want
I
to
was on
have
the
like your
phone. I didn't-
13-year-old daughter driving you home.
No, I was on the phone. I was on
That
speakerphone
drank too
and
much
that kind of
beer.
stuff. But no, I ended up finding.
You're gonna learn how to drive stick today.
I found this 2019 at CarMax actually in Modesto with 25,000 miles on it. So it was a lease car. I mean, they had a couple. I think someone literally tinted the windows, put that rear light on.
So yeah, it's got the third brake light. It's got the JDM rear lower spats, which I really like, and I think I'm gonna swap out on mine too because I've always liked the way those look. Those with like a slim diffuser look super fucking clean. So I was always planning. I think I'm gonna do that route, but I mean, it's a nice car. It needs a front lip, but it's a nice car.
Yeah,
It was really
so
funny
it-
because the next morning I was fucking getting coffee at Starbucks and I knew Mike had got it and he just started his new job and I was like, I wonder if Mike's gonna fucking pull up, and I literally go out with my 2 coffees.
I did too. I did. So I bought a 19 limited STI. So I mean, it literally has anything.
Did you have like the
Everything.
blind spot and all that shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pussy.
the blind spot, the side mirrors are heated. It's got keyless entry. It's got the Harman Kardon sound system in it.
Which is still trash. Don't let him flex on you. It's still garbage.
horrible.
It's so
It's
bad.
horrible. It's
It's
so
bad.
horrible.
It's so bad.
Like, dude, it's turned all the way up, and I'm like, really?
Does it do the thing where it's like if you're okay, here's the thing. As I literally cannot listen to hip hop in my car because if there's any bass, it blows out the vocals completely. Like
It's not mean. Don't get me wrong.
you have a sub. You do have a little sub in the
I do
trunk.
have a little sub, so it's
Yeah.
not
I
terrible.
had the same stereo on my 15, and it was like it's just so bad.
It's not great.
Yeah.
It's
Is it a
got
10 or
the
like a 12 or something?
sunroof.
No, it's like an 8. It's like a
Oh.
Yeah, it's like this.
Yeah,
It's like, it's not big.
So it's mounted to the parcel shelf under the rear. It's not even like closed in the back either. Like if
No,
you
no.
pop the trunk, you
It's
can
not
look
a
up, you
sub
can
like
see
you
it.
go to an audio
Oh,
shop
no
and get.
way.
This is like, hey, that's an afterthought. Let's go ahead and put a sub there
Man,
instead of a
it
speaker.
says
attachment.
Harman
absolutely.
Kardon. You know what I mean?
yeah.
What can we charge for this? $4,200.
It's like a $1,500 upgrade, which is like I'd way rather have the OEM Audio Plus stereo for $1,500 than that bullshit.
Oh
like,
shit!
yeah, which is the one that's like got the enclosed sub that's molded to the trunk and like is like tuned for the car and all that good shit, right?
That's it.
But yeah,
So what'd you pay? So what'd you
all
pay for that one? What'd you pay that for that one?
37.
Sold.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for the record, I just want to point and granted, Mike bought his car in a fucked used car market, but the reason why I said that the first car made me feel way better about the car that I bought is my paint is not great. Everybody here has seen it. It's
Terrible.
could be
No,
worse.
it looks brand new. What are you talking about?
Great.
What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You
Anyway,
get there.
I don't know. It feels like a bag of blow paint. Is what it feels like. I didn't order anything.
I sent you a bag of dicks.
It's
Did
from
you?
our
Oh, you
fan.
did send me a bag of dicks. Fucking asshole. It's Kyle
Hey,
sent me a bag of dicks for my birthday. It's literally a bag of dicks.
Oh my god, is that seriously?
Yes,
That shit
serious.
Oh, I
right
thought you guys are
now.
fucking around.
How'd you get my address?
told-
The fuck, Mike? You got it from Mike. You got it. From
No, big brain, homie. I was in the military. I could find you.
Mike. Fucking. Oh god, no! They're getting everywhere. I'm not opening.
Hey.
There's dicks everywhere.
confetti
Is this
dicks. It's a
sparkly?
bag of
Is this
confetti.
sparkly?
Yes, it's sparkly.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Open it. Open
Oh, it's
it.
from you. It's from my sister.
It's-
You one dick was not enough. You had to send more. We're live on the internet right now. By the way. I'm not opening it.
Hey,
Yeah, thanks.
glitter,
I'm not
glitter
opening
dicks,
it, bro. It's gonna get everywhere.
Glitter dicks.
Bye, Craig.
Happy that
Bye,
I now
Craig.
have now stopped in the Starbucks parking lot to steal
Hey.
it. That's legit.
Oh
That's
my
dope.
god, it's on my
That's
desk
fucking
mat.
dope.
Everywhere.
We've all done that. We've
Yeah,
all done
Tom
that
has
in
been
life.
texting me about Wi-Fi issues right now, so he's back. Speaking of new purchases, Chris, you just purchased something new.
I done
How
it.
do you feel? You
I
did
feel
it.
great. I'm so excited with my purchase.
Okay, so what did you buy?
I bought a Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro 21 at MSRP.
Damn.
At MSRP.
I'm also not.
Molly!
I'm also not gonna put a picture of that up because I just like. I'm just not gonna do it on GP.
Well, why? It looked so different than all the other Tacoma TRD Pros on the
It
road.
looks so different than all the other Tacomas. Period. Period.
I'm the only one who bought a different car. Mike bought another Subaru.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And Chris bought a
That's
truck.
true.
And I'm also not going to lie when I say that I read the article on the new Nissan Frontier Pro 4X, which they said is a better Tacoma, which is not saying much. And then they were like,
Right.
if you really want a nice truck, you should buy X, which is Colorado ZR2, which I then
Nah.
$25,000 Multimatic spool valve suspension. Come on, bro.
After living the whole Camaro experience, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Nothing American.
Anyway,
American
you
car.
can get them pretty cheap. You can get ZR2s pretty cheap. I found one for like 15,000 miles on it for like 43.
Oh.
And then I,
I'm
but
not
then
gonna lie, I do like the way that generation looks.
the newer one, yeah, it's
Yeah,
well the
yeah.
ZR2 too with the bigger fenders and shit. But like they
Yeah.
have this so that if you buy a new one, they have this like Bison edition, and it comes with like metal front and rear bumpers and a winch and shit from the factory. So, but that's $55,000. Anyway, back to the truck that you bought.
Holy shit.
So I gave Chris a lot of shit because what did you spend on the Tacoma?
So I think sticker was
I-
like
I like
40,
how
40
I like how him and Mike both have to look at the ceiling when they talk about how much.
So
I thought it was
you
36,
gotta
36,
look at the
36,
numbers up
37, I
top.
don't
You
remember.
gotta look up in the numbers. I think it's like about
God
40.
said that I could spend this amount.
It was like 47 and some change, and then after tax came up to like about 53 and some change.
And you did not sell the bike, correct?
I did. The bike's actually gone. Bike's gone.
Oh,
Bike's gone?
Bike's gone. Yeah, bike's gone. I dropped 85 grand, or 8,500 bucks on a down
I was
payment.
just say 85
My bad.
grand.
My
Jesus.
bad.
Did you buy?
Damn, bro.
Did you buy like 2 of them?
No, fucking, that'd be sick though. 2 Tacomas, you could stack them on top. Tacoma thing.
Oh,
So yeah, okay, so yeah, the MSRP on
David,
so the I'm literally on the fucking, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do
I'm
this
doing the
together.
same thing. I'm
Yeah.
literally on the fucking Toyota.
So
website.
I'm on the
On the Maloma. On the Mama Loma.
Mama Loma.
Chris, look, it's the same.
Wait,
gas
what's the
mileage
difference
that you already
between the
get.
1 and 2? What's the difference between 1 and
An
2?
electronic
Wait.
controlled automatic overdrive transmission with intelligence.
I'm assuming you didn't get that.
What do you mean? It's
What am I doing? What are we looking at?
I'm looking at
There's a
building your
manual
car
and an
out of
automatic.
inventory, straight up. Okay.
Oh,
You can get a Tacoma in a manual.
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah, the non-pros. Yeah, you can. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought these were way more than this.
what do you mean the non-pros? It just gave you the option right there for the
Well,
pro.
they are more with dealer markup. There's like 15 to like 25
See?
grand.
Oh,
dealer
he's
markup.
right. That's a manual transmission.
That's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
rad.
that's
And there's
that's
no
pretty
price
cool.
differential either.
It's
No,
$3
there
grand
is.
for the
It's 42
automatic.
grand.
Okay, that sounds right.
Okay, so 47. Yeah, 47.
Okay,
Okay,
so how do you
40.
like it though?
Huh?
How do you
How
like
do you
it?
like this thing?
Oh, I fucking love it. It's so comfy. It's easy to drive. I'm like high above like all these peasants on the road.
You know,
This
I think the
motherfucker acts
best
like he's
part-
driving a listed diesel. He's driving a Tacoma.
Dude,
Like,
like you're swinging on the road, just
Fucking
oh,
peasants.
the best part
Jeez.
about that
Same,
is
Tom,
he's still
same.
gonna go. He's still gonna go
Yeah.
50 miles an hour on the freeway, whether he's in the truck or the.
I
Camaro.
respect Chris though, because he lets the shit hang in the canyon. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, he drives like a bitch on his
Yeah.
9 to 5, but when the
Time and
weekend
place.
comes, yeah.
time and place.
He's
Time
like,
and place.
"Time-
Why
don't
am I
fucking-
gonna drive
Don't
fucking buck
aggressively
50
shake your head at me, motherfucker. He's like, time and place, time and place, time and place.
We're still gonna call you a bitch. It don't matter.
I think his favorite part about the truck is probably the fact that it starts every day.
Every
Oh, and
time.
it's reliable. And it's reliable.
Yeah.
It's got sound system in it. It's got top
So
view.
what?
I look
And
at
you
the sound,
got you
too.
got a white one?
The sound system
Yeah,
is
you got
better
a
than the
white one.
STI.
It's for sure better than
Well,
the SJ.
yeah, it is. You asshole.
Mhm.
Shut up.
Mhm.
I'm
And
like,
my resale
okay,
value is
I
much
didn't even
higher than
see it.
Timmy's Audi.
yo, that was the main thing I was gonna say. Is like, as much shit as I gave you about, because let's keep it real. As
Oh yeah.
it only
During the
feel,
full adventure.
it only feels cheap because I thought it was 50, but like
Oh,
real talk, $47,000 for a Tacoma is a lot of
Right.
money. That's a lot of money, but it'll be worth that much money. It's probably you could probably go trade it in right now and zero out on it.
I could.
Okay,
I totally
I got a
could.
great-
I totally
I got a-
could.
I got a great example for you. So Jose, I was talking to the other day, and he's got, I don't know how many miles he's got on his truck. He bought his truck 2 years ago for $23,000, and he's
Okay.
probably put like 30,000 miles on the car. He doesn't know it. He owes like $9,000 on the car. They offered him fucking $25,000 at the dealership for the car, for the truck.
No
They get
shit.
run.
He bought it for 23 2 years ago with like 30,000 less miles, and they offered him 25. When he
No,
went
you
for
can't.
it.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Hmm.
If you have a used car in decent condition that you do not need, sell it. But if you need it daily, do not sell your car, because while you may come up on the sale of your current vehicle, you're going to
You're gonna
get butt fucked on the back end trying to buy a new car.
Dude,
So,
I made almost 6 G's on the Subaru.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't have been able to, as much as like, so for the record, what did you say you paid for yours, Mike? 30 something?
37.
37.
Okay, 37. Okay, I paid 35 for mine in 2019 when it was technically new with 6,000 miles on it. Granted, yours is a limited, but realistically, on a used car, that's like a $1,500 lift, right? So that, but I'm saying I only say that to say that that illustrates how fucked the used car market is right now. So even though in a vacuum you bought your new car high, you wouldn't even be able to buy it, period, had you not been able to get the amount of money you got for your 15 because the market's so fucked, right?
Oh yeah, no, I mean the
I couldn't have bought the Tacoma either. with
the
No.
the equity that I had in that car. I mean, it made it all. That's what started the whole process. That's
And
what
if you-
started the whole.
And if you
wheels
go
turning.
back 19, 20 months ago, that equity doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
you're right.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And
I mean,
But I've
like,
obviously different market, but we bought a thousand mile new GT4 for
Mhm.
MSRP, which is 104.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
selling it for 138.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, it's ridiculous.
it's
But
ridiculous.
the point
Supply
I
and
was trying
demand,
to illustrate is that like the reason why Chris's purchase is so solid, and I know this for a fact, is that when I was at Rover, we took in, let's see, I started in 18, so it was like a 16 TRD Pro 4Runner in the sand color. This bitch had
Ooh,
44,000 miles on it in 2 years,
Yep.
and we sold it
Still
for
40 grand?
MSRP
Yep.
in
What?
24 hours.
I'm so
Yep.
excited.
Yeah.
Because that was what remember Keith was on that kick where it was like, if once we get the car in, it goes on the website. Like whether or not it's the
Yeah.
recon, it comes in, we detail it, we take photos of it, we put it on the site, and then we throw it back in the shop to get fixed. That bitch was sold the next day.
Dude,
It
I remember
was.
a couple years ago we took in a Toyota Tacoma,
The
4-wheel
cement
drive.
one. The cement one we sold to Oliver.
No.
Oh, different one?
This is a silver one, and it had
Like skinny ass Oliver?
Yeah, his
Yeah,
parents bought a
parents bought
cement
Oh,
gray
okay.
TRD
I
Pro
remember
for
that,
like
yeah.
39 grand.
It's a great
Yes,
this
Oliver.
Tacoma had like 190K on it, or
My boy
180K
weighs
on
like
it.
90 pounds soaking wet. Right.
True. We retailed that truck. They retailed that truck. It needed tires and brakes. They put tires and brakes on that truck. That truck was gone in 24 hours.
Yeah.
For
they
what,
sell.
20 grand?
No, it was like, dude, I think the thing sold for almost 30 with 190K on it.
I mean, I remember being at Subaru and we had like
they run
06
forever.
Tacomas that were still going for 25.
So if it's a
30.
if it's a Camry, it's anything with that fucking V6 in it, dude. So
Mm-hmm.
or even that, like their V8 is super stout, but it's like Camrys, no, it's Camrys, Corollas, Tundras, Tacomas, and 4Runners. The average life expectancy is 350,000 miles
That's awesome.
with basic maintenance.
That's so awesome.
And this is like, and I was reading this whole article about it, right? Because like the new Tundra's coming out, and they're like, it's really surprising that it's like they followed Ram and went to like coil spring suspension and all that kinds of shit. Because like usually Toyota is really far behind, but they do it for a reason, because they're like, it's tried and true. Like, yeah, we're not on the cutting edge of anything, but like shit'll fucking run forever. You know what I'm saying?
Forever.
It's the complete antithesis to like the German mindset, which is like cutting edge on everything, and like, hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. It's like, it's fucking versus like, you know. So it's just that thing. But it's like, if you're a consumer, and like honestly, the fact that you could buy it for sticker, it's huge.
That's pretty
Yeah,
It's
that-
fucking
that
huge, dude.
makes a
Like,
big difference.
yeah. I mean, I can like, you're never
You
gonna
can
get
go
a
and sell
discount
it
on
right
a.
now, and you're
Yeah.
already ahead.
You're Gucci.
Right.
It's like, yeah, it's like literally, it's like the only time you'll ever buy a car and it's not a depreciating asset.
Part of me
Yeah.
wonders what it would have been like if I actually followed through with the Audi.
You would got
It's like
fucked,
you
and
just
you'd be
like
pissed.
It's like that little nugget in the back of my head. If I followed through with that cement Audi, or the Nardo
I
Audi.
think your mindset would have been different at the same time, but I mean, even right now, even the market that we're in, and again, Alex has a very good point. Is your market's never really going to change? Yes, your market's crazy high right now, but it ain't going to fall out
It's
like the
not gonna get that
RS3 will.
soft. Yeah,
You know,
it's
you know
not
what I
gonna
mean?
get
Like
that
the
soft.
RS3 at some point is gonna dip. It's gonna dip hard as
Yeah, in
hell.
8 months when the new one drops. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Oh, that's
Like,
right.
like,
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? Like you would have bought that car for a MSRP, if not a little bit above sticker, probably, and in 2 years it'll be worth half.
Right.
Because then it's just a really
Right.
fancy Volkswagen at that point. That's
It
the fuck.
really
That's the
is.
fuck thing about German cars, dude. Like, it's
I'm
like
driving a. Is it a Jetta or a Passat?
Passat,
Passat.
the big one. Yeah,
I got a Passat.
yeah.
But your Passat is fast as fuck,
It's
by the way.
It's a
Yeah.
fast Passat, but I
Fast
got
as
a
fuck,
Passat.
boy. No, it's not. Listen, this is like the fuck part. Is like on paper, Timmy's car is inarguably nicer than your Tacoma.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
Timmy's
yeah.
massages your butthole.
He's got little
That's
things
right.
that just need your back.
And it's quick. And it's like, it's got cool lights in the dash and stuff.
Yeah.
Super sick. By the way, if you've never sit in like a nicely optioned S4, like fucking, it's nice in there.
I mean,
I
we're
have-
obviously all musical people, and I've got 21 speakers and actually a big
21?
7 in my car. Yeah.
I'm learning about his Audi, by the way. It's fascinating how
no,
much
they're
shit's in those cars.
No, but and it's like, so like you can almost justify the sticker price, right? Because I mean, realistically, all things considered, like what is it, like we
For
put
everything
one
included.
we put
Mine
one
was
together.
62.
Yeah, so it's like, while that's it's $1,000
I mean,
car
it's not what I
payment if you buy
paid,
it, right? But it's $1,000 car payment if you finance it, and it's like a $900 lease if you lease it or whatever, right? But
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot of car there. At the same time, you will get hosed every single time you buy a German car. I have never seen a German lease that's not $10,000 upside down.
Oh,
They don't
okay.
exist. They don't exist.
One of
They
my-
don't exist.
One of my favorite, not favorite.
Unless it's a Porsche,
actually, it's
maybe.
horrible. I didn't make the deal. When I was at Subaru, somebody bought a BMW X1, brand new.
Oh,
It was a
bad move.
2018 X1, horrible fucking car. And they hated it, and they had a high car payment, and they just wanted a fucking Impreza. And they were 20 grand upside down. You know, it was brand new, no miles, like maybe like 10,000 miles on it. 20 grand upside down on that thing.
Fucking
Like,
hurts.
I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. You fucked up. So go drive the car.
Nothing
so
will
bad.
compare to I'm not gonna say his name, but Tim, you know who I'm talking about, the professor that lives in Davis.
Oh no.
He's okay.
Which
so
one? Not which professor, which car? Which car do you
we'll get there.
I need to
So
check. Talk
I
about
like how Timmy's frozen, by the way.
yeah,
I
Timmy.
know.
I'm sure Anyways, so this when I used to work at Porsche, this professor would come in, and he lives in Davis. And he's a lawyer and all this stuff, makes good money and all this stuff.
He's
But
awesome, super cool
awesome,
guy.
super cool dude. Fucking love to bullshit with him. And I saw him at Audi, and now that I work there, and he had his R8. that
He's
he
got a
was
yellow
working on.
R8.
Yeah,
I saw him
Cool.
driving it the other day when I was going home.
yeah, we were working on it, and I just remember, like at Porsche, this guy would literally trade in 3 cars that he was buried in, all 3 cars, and just roll all the negative equity into the next car. Like, I'm not talking like
Jesus.
$5,000 a car. I'm talking like $20,000 to
25.
$25,000 a car. So he's rolling into an Audi R8 that costs $200,000, and he's carrying $150,000 worth of negative equity into a car.
I mean, the dude bought a lava orange manual transmission, or no. He bought
didn't
the
buy it.
Hyper Blue. He bought the turboed Hyper Blue RS3 from Audi and didn't like it, and
Yeah.
so he sold it back to Audi and bought the lava orange 911 from us. Put a Sharkworks exhaust on it, sold it back to us, got the GT3, got the R8.
But
All
literally,
in 5
he
months?
literally lives in like the smallest, tiniest fucking home in Davis, and his driveway's hella long, and literally there's a little mini garage he keeps one car in, and then there's pop tents down his driveway that he parks all of his exotic cars in, and that's his dream, is to literally just drive exotic cars, live in this tiny house, and be it.
Let me just say, shout out to our salesperson John that thinks that your house decides what kind of cars you buy.
Damn.
Which I'm pretty sure you're not. Sorry.
Never judge a book by its cover.
Never.
Yeah.
nah.
Never,
Ah.
never.
Yeah,
never
I
let
mean,
that-
dude is super cool though. He literally will just, I mean, buy so many cars in a year, but that's what's so cool about him. Like, he's okay with it. Like,
Yeah, he's just like fuck it,
Fuck
whatever.
it.
It's
I
money.
want to be
Whatever.
like that. I want to just say fuck it and buy stuff.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
was the R8 in for? Was it in for like a service, like a major service?
No. He had bought speakers for it or something like that, and we were putting them in, or he had a speaker for it.
Didn't have the Harman Kardon.
Right.
Yo, wait, real talk. New Integra. Can we talk about it?
You're just booty shaking.
Did you not hear
Just
about
booty
this?
shaking.
No. No.
We,
Hey, wait, hold on. Is it an
New
Integra or is it an
Integra?
RSX?
I mean, does it matter?
Does it?
Like, let me
Oh,
see
this
if
Honda Integra Type R rendering is faithful to both the past and the present.
there's no. There's photos of a prototype in camo driving around.
Oh, you gotta put it up. Put it up.
I
I did see that. I thought it was fake.
Honestly, from the prototype picture you sent over to the group chat, it looks like the whole front half of the car just goes, and then just.
but that's what the fuck. I can't. I'm trying to find photos. I got everything all fucked up, so I can't just like put it in the Discord.
This URL says revived Acura Integra, possibly spied. Not sure. Just possible. Oh, yeah. It's a photo of a photo. That definitely looks like
No.
an RSX.
Look at this. Look at the stream. Look at it.
What?
Do you see that fatty intercooler on the front?
I do.
Yes. Yeah, that's the photo I'm looking at right now.
Oh, this is the real one. And then there's ones of it rolling as well. And if you look at the render, there's like a little squiggly bit right here. Like right on the quarter window, and that is also in the rendering.
That's sick.
You know, I'm not mad about that, honestly.
So here's the
Is
thing.
that an intercooler though? Or is that just the radiator?
It could just be a radiator, but here's the thing: is that there's no reason for it to not have a Type R engine, right? Which is a 300 horsepower. Like, first of all, if you've never driven a new CTR, they're great. They really are. They overheat at the track, but like, it's a great car.
They do.
It's got a cool interior.
I heard bad things about like the drivetrain. I heard that people's drivetrains are like locking up on them at the track.
I haven't heard anything. Oh no, yeah. Well, I said they overheat, man.
Oh, I mean,
But like, if you're just looking for
overheating
like a
it?
cool like front wheel drive canyon car, like that
Yeah.
you're not gonna go completely apeshit on, CTR is great, and like you can mod them, and like I mean it's a turbo car, right? So like there's
My-
probably 100
My only
horsepower.
gripe. Look what they did with the CRX,
CRZ.
CRZ.
Yes.
They did the CRX dirty.
They did do the CRX dirty. They fucking did do the CRX. That thing, dude.
Like the Type R, but man, that thing is like gaudy as fuck sometimes from the outside, and like how like wide
It's all
and
about
like
the angle. It's all
Yeah.
about the
They've
angle.
already like have you
like-
looked at like the new Civic? They've already moved away from that design language.
Have
you know what I
they?
mean? Yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah. The new Civic
Really?
looks
Okay.
like it looks German. It's very understated and like it looks like an Audi from like 5 years ago. It's all Bauhaus and like real slim and like whatever. It does.
Oh,
It's
Lenny
just
said
like
there's a new NSX.
no. He's talking about the one that came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not.
They're supposed to. I mean, everybody who's driven it says it's great, but it definitely did not like give
Not
you
for the
physics.
price.
It's very expensive, and there's a Type S, which is like the swan song of that thing.
Yeah.
well, yeah. I mean, it's a mid-grade performance 500 horsepower car that you could go buy a Turbo S Porsche and walk all over that car. Like,
Yes.
and you'd have
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
$20,000 still.
And like I'm not.
I don't know if that map that's up. Oh,
I've
wait.
been talking about
Same year when they
S2000s
got
for a
released.
long time this year,
Oh,
but
got
like
it.
if they brought a new S2000 out,
They're
Oh,
talking about
dude.
it. They've been talking about it. People.
they've been talking about it.
So
I don't
Here's the
feel
pro-
like I
the
don't feel like
problem-
there's
the
market
problem
for a
is-
two-seater convertible car anymore.
And if it comes out, it's
Miata?
going to be a limited production. They don't sell
Mhm,
tons of those
mhm.
Miatas.
but they still
No,
make
Miatas
them.
are. They still make them because it's just like Subaru. They make enough money with their SUVs and their sedans that they can still produce the BRZ STI.
I want you to go and look at how many WRXs and STIs get sold. It's fucking nuts. They sell a fuckload
I-
of those things.
Oh God,
Really?
yes.
Yeah,
I've
it's
been
crazy.
there.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
know.
get it. Like, I mean, like
Dude, I can
I
tell
love
you-
mine, but like, it's because of lack of options, dude. Like, period.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. It's we're the
Dude,
only
when I
ones in
was
the game, dude.
looking for cars for sale, and I went on Car Guru, I think it was. Like, dude, probably 4 or 5 times a day, I would get brand new emails with like 6 or 7 new posts of WRXs and STIs of that year and
Yeah.
generation. Like, they're fucking everywhere, and the
Which
prices are
is-
like all over the board too.
I mean, it's disappointing. It's a mass-produced vehicle. It's not like a niche product anymore. Where I mean, no offense to your guys' model. Like I like your guys' cars, but like the 14 and under, they're hard to come by. You don't find them. You don't find hatches. You find sedans, but they're all modified. And then 15 and up, everything's mass-produced. Everybody wants a WRX. There's nothing special about it anymore.
Yeah, that's great. But
They
anyway,
just-
back to the Type R. I just put it on the stream. I want you guys to look at how this render looks.
Oh yeah, I drive
Like,
the
if
fuck
this
out of
thing's
that.
real, if like I'm not saying like, but if there's a universe where we actually get this car,
I mean, you say but look at it. It actually looks
like
like
everything but the headlights.
a RSX. with
how
a
do you
JDM
not
front
like the
end.
headlights?
I like it.
How do
I
you
like it a
not
lot.
like the headlights?
I
Put
like
it
it a
back
lot.
up. Put it back up. Put it back up. Put it.
Yeah,
why
put it
you
back
take
up.
down?
How do you not like the headlights? Lenny,
It looks good.
resident JDM fucking god.
I
Tell me
mean,
this
like,
shit
I
doesn't
understand.
slap.
I know. I understand why it looks the way it is. I just maybe a different angle would be different. Like,
Yes,
like,
it's
like
the
a
JDM front
like,
end. That's what I'm talking about, Lenny.
Yes,
a-
exactly.
yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It's the JDM ITR front end.
Yeah.
But like,
The,
Yeah.
the,
I mean,
the,
it's a little bit
okay,
more
not the
pointy
bad
and
shitty
narrow.
one. Fuck off! It looks way better than the quad headlight fucking bullshit we got. First of all, we were
absolutely.
Hey, I still
Yeah.
like
it
mine,
actually
Tegra.
it
I
actually
like
looks
the
better
quad.
with the wing than the Subaru does.
I like it a lot. Yeah.
Agreed. Can I tell you why? I can
I
very
hate you
easily
all.
no, I can very easily explain to you why this wing looks better than the Subaru wing in one easy step. I want you to look at where the wing connects to the body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So the VAs now it goes up
It's in
and
the
out.
center, kind of.
Yeah, no, it goes.
Yeah.
It attaches and then it goes up and then it goes out and then it goes up again. And if you look at
Uh-huh.
every fucking STI prior to that, it mounts like this straight to the body. You don't have that riser,
Yep.
and that's what kills the wing
Oh.
on the VA for me. Which is why what I always wanted to do was to get one of the rally wings that they put on the VAs,
Yeah.
the big carbon joints with all the fucking splitters in them, because they mount flat to the trunk. I have scoured the internet, dude, trying to find one of those things. Like, the only thing I can find is that you can buy one from Vermont Supercars for like $3,500, which I think you can understand why.
Now,
Is
me
it better
and
like
Chris
the,
have been talking.
STI Type R?
The what? The
But-
fucking
STI Type R.
It's different.
boo this man. Boo.
Boo.
Hey, don't boo him. I thought about doing it on the gray car. I kind of like the look of it a little bit. I mean,
I can't do it.
I get it. I get it.
If you had like wide body flares, yes.
I mean,
But
the
without having the
S209
body
has
to
the wide body
support
flares.
that,
Yeah.
So like, okay,
You-
I'm really seriously. So like, I'm like, okay, if I can't do anything to my car for like a year, like
You can
figure
get
out.
rid of it maybe for a year.
I don't think man, I'm honestly like, I'm kind of leaning towards Chris's direction, which is just get a small truck to just push every day and then keep the STI.
Yep. I like it.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think you need to go E85, bro. I think you need
oh,
to
that's
do
gonna happen. Yeah. But it's just like
Okay, please.
I can't do shit for a while, right? So like, my thought is like, just kind of figure out exactly what it is you want to do, like kind of like make a real game plan, like go full fucking. What's the dude's name that gets shot in the first Fast and the Furious? I can't remember his name right now. Jesse. Go full Jesse. Go fucking put my hard drive in and like plan out right. And it's like the S209 fender flare shit like is really starting to talk to me, because I feel like on a lowered wingless, but like with like a carbon, not the carbon like duckbill, but the one that's like a little more M3 style tapered that comes up.
Do it.
With like a cool set of wheels on it, I'm like, that would probably slap pretty hard, because like you just don't see that shit. Like nobody's gonna take their S209 and take the wing off of it.
Especially if you got 3-piece reels.
That was my next point. Which is,
Kid, I love you. Kid, I
Which
love
is-
you.
which is Mike has CR Kiwamis, but he doesn't have 3-piece CR Kiwamis, so I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. And plus, it's like a half. Oh no, it's like a half-inch width on each corner, so you can put. I'm trying to put 300s under each corner.
Yep.
That would be sick.
That's like,
Please.
or at least 295s,
Please.
right? Like that's kind of
Please.
like right. So I'm like, if I can put 295s under each corner on S209 like OEM style flares with a 3-piece wheel, like that shit would slap. I feel like that because that would be something that I haven't seen before. And like VAs are boring as fuck because they all look the same. They all look the
And
same.
we're talking a functional 295, right?
Yeah, I don't want to rub. I don't want it like binding on suspend, which I don't even know if that's possible. Like I think that like my concern is that the biggest barrier because like I don't want to go dumb wide where it's like you're blowing fucking wheel bearings all the time, right?
Right.
Which you've already discussed ad nauseum about why big ass fender flares are stupid. But
I'd
this is
fly
a
to
f-
Texas and beat your ass if you did it. It's
I
okay.
would never. You would never. If I'm going to cut perfectly good sheet metal, it's not going to be for something stupid. Like I'm not going to do something ignorant, right? So it's like, yeah, if I can make it work and like have full steering lock on a 295 or a 300 with a factory fender flare kit and like just something different, right? Like that'd be cool. That would give me more impetus to like keep the car, build the car up because there's like a bunch of cool interior shit I want to do and all that stuff. But it's like I love driving the car. I love the way the car feels. Mike understands. He bought another one, right? But it's like they're fucking done to death, and they don't look different. They all look the same, like every
Yeah,
single
they
one.
do.
Because it's either they look like mine, right, which is slammed on fucking stock wheels or whatever,
Right.
or they're completely fucking riced out with canards that don't do anything and like all this other bullshit. And there's just like no like super.
I gotta
clean
go
ones.
answer the front door of my dinner's here, and the kid's taking pictures of my GTR because the garage is open. Hold on, please.
Wait,
Okay,
what?
Which he said some kid that's door dashing is taking pictures of his GTR 'cause the garage is open.
That's
Which
gold.
is a perfect time for you all to go click the link that Lenny just sent us
Okay.
of the conversion that he's talking about, and it's fucking disgusting.
Oh
It's
my!
pretty disgusting. It's
God.
pretty ugly.
That looks
What is
horrible.
that?
Oh my
That
god.
hurts all of my inside. Did you guys see that dude? So I was a Super Street article. Let me see if I can bring it up. And this dude built an Integra, but he did it like 2000s era, like true to the era, right? So it has underglow. And it's like got all this fucking
Oh
shit.
hell yeah!
Fuck. Let me see. 1 second.
Oh, that's so bad.
Oh my god, Super Street is now a part of Motor Trend. I didn't know that.
Motor Trend got big.
Motor Trend
Motor
got
Trend got-
huge.
Yeah.
Oh, where is it, dude? Yeah, they bought up everybody.
Did you guys see that the new STI is not getting released because COVID?
Good.
There's a COVID outbreak that's happening in New York, I guess. So there's not going to be the international auto show that they released the new STI at.
So I mean, they're releasing it.
It's gonna look. It's
I
gonna
They're
look
not
the same.
releasing it, but the announcement.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly.
Is it? Is it?
Oh, we didn't get to talk about this. Did we talk about this yet?
No. nuh-uh.
Okay.
Well, it's
all
not
right.
going to look the same. It's going to look like a cross track.
Really?
That's yeah. Okay. Let me bring this up. Let me bring this up. 20. I'm gonna
Timmy.
bring up.
Tell them what we're doing.
The
Tell them what
Z.
we're doing.
Chris and I are both interested in possibly, depending on what they actually announce everything about for the Z, if we both got Zs. That's why Chris was asking about getting rid of the Camaro.
So I
To
would
possibly
support.
get
I
a
would
new Z.
support. I would support ditching the Marrow for a Z. I might fuck it. I ditched the STI for a Z. We should just get Z.
Can we-
Z boys? We should be
Trifecta.
Three
The
Z's.
trifecta.
Sultan. Sultan.
Let's do it.
Oh my god.
All right. So I want you guys,
It's just the best bang for your buck right now.
and we're gonna get totally fucking scammed for doing this, but this is a release video for the 2022 WRX, which shows almost nothing. But
Oh,
That's a
that
lot.
dirt is copyright.
all
Bro.
right, wait.
That dirt is definitely copyright.
No, wait, fuck. Okay, do you see all the plastic on the fenders?
It's a cross track.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I mean, okay,
Okay.
it doesn't look like a cross track. It looks like those fucking smaller crossover big SUVs, like the BMW like X6 and the Cayenne Coupe, like a small version of a bubble.
Look at it. Look at it. You see it?
I don't like it.
No,
I
look
don't
at
like
how
it.
thick
But it's
that
a rally
side
car.
is.
It gets worse. It
But
gets
it's a-
worse.
But it's a rally car.
Look at that shit. Look at it.
It is doing rally car things.
It's driving in a dry lake bed. You act like it's taking it off some fucking jumps or some shit. Like
But it's a rally car.
look at.
Look at that tack looks the fucking exact same. Look at them small ass brakes, dude. What the fuck
Well,
is
it's
that?
This is the WRX. This is the STI. This is WRX.
That's so
Oh my
disappointing.
God.
Look at. Wait. Oh,
Yeah,
we can go-
see,
we
look,
can go
even
back.
Lenny wants to get his wife the new Z, so I think we should all just go ham and get Z's. We can all probably get MSRP if all 5 of us go, plus 6 with Lenny, and we all just like order launch edition Z's. Like we'll
Sultan.
guarantee you
Sultan.
6 sales.
Yeah.
How-
I don't have money for that.
Of course not.
Alright.
Because you decided to blow your load on a new STI and a GTR in the span of like 13 months.
Bad.
Yes. Whoever
You
this
act like
guy
it's a
is,
bad thing.
N with guns, the BMW 5 Series GT vibes. That is
That's
what that
that's
looks
my
like.
yeah.
Thank you.
What,
That's huge.
What up, Nick?
That's nail on the head right there.
My boy Nick.
Anyway, so
it looks like a bubble.
we did talk about this because we talked about it with Steve when he was on the podcast, but we didn't bring up
Yeah.
the video when we did it. Anyway, that bitch is gonna be horrid. So even though it's gonna have the FA swap, I don't care.
No.
I wouldn't buy one
I mean-
anyway.
So
I mean,
Z
out of
game.
budget. Did you see the new Z06 concept? It looks
uh,
right.
It looks right.
It looks
I've
right.
not seen it.
Let me see if I can find it.
it looks right, and the guy that runs the Clear Bra company, that does all the Clear Bra on our cars, has put his C8 Corvette on the market in attempts to get a fucking Z06 because he's already gotten an offer for MSRP on a new Z06.
So this is just
Damn.
This is just a render, but this is probably pretty close.
Absolutely, that
Yeah.
is beautiful.
It looks right.
So it's, so you can already hear it. It's a flat plane crank V8, but
Sexy.
like a real, not like a Voodoo fucking GT350 flat plane crank, which is only the crank and not literally every other thing that goes along with the flat plane crank, like dual intakes and all that shit. So it makes like they're saying it's gonna make like it's like 550 or some shit.
Yeah.
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 Naturally
Cool,
aspirated.
it
And
still
then-
won't keep up with the 911 turbo.
Yeah.
Or
Price
red
range.
GTI.
Get the okay, that shit's off a dig. Off a dig. I would love to see that race. It's also half the cost of a turbo. So
Yes, it is. It's more than half the cost of a turbo.
because you got to remember that there's still a ZR1 to come.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the current like the C7 ZR1 topped out at 125, right? That was like MSRP. So you're talking this is $100,000 car. So you're talking a rear-wheel drive, mid-engine, flat plane crank V8 for $100,000.
pretty gold.
And for 550 horse.
Yeah,
Right.
compared to getting
But that's-
550 horse out of
I'm-
a $185,000 911 turbo that's not even brand new.
Exactly, and with an
But
8-speed
I'm-
transmission and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah. I'm
Easy.
about to be, let's be real, I'm about to be 550 horse on E85 for less than 40 grand.
which is
Total.
which is legit legit for a tuner car. But
When it
as
comes
much
down
as
to
I love
factory,
your
it's different.
when you love as much as I love your GTI, you cannot argue the fact that a car that is built from inception to be X will always be superior in every tangible way to a car that you
Yeah.
make to be X, unless it's a full race car, because it doesn't matter, right? Because
Right.
then
Right.
it doesn't matter about noise, vibration, handling, how nice the seats are, whatever. Is it fast as fuck? Fuck it, it's fast as fuck. We're golden, right? But when you're talking about a
Right.
car that you're gonna buy and you're gonna drive, like if I wanted to like refine my STI to the level of like a BMW M4,
Mhm.
I'm adding 150 pounds in sad deadening. I'm putting $2,500 Olin suspension on it. I have to put way nicer seats in it. I have to figure out a way to make not literally everything rattle. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
and I'm at that point I've spent 70 grand. So I might as well have just gone and bought an M4, right? But when you look at like, dude, the new everything I've not gotten the opportunity to drive an UC8, but every automotive journalist, every review that I've read, every fucking naysayer about that car is like, even if they don't like the way it looks or whatever, they're like, the car is great. Like, it's fucking amazing. The fact that you can buy it was like the Z51 pack or whatever.
Mhm.
The fact that you get that much car for like sub 80 grand is fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
And so when you consider like this isn't even the fastest one. This is like the GT3. So that's the better comparison, honestly, is that the Z06 is like the GT3 competitor because the GT3 is not the fastest 911.
Mm-mm.
No.
You're
No.
actually paying more money for a on paper worse car.
Right.
No, you're not. GT3s are cheaper than a Turbo S.
But like when you actually buy them, like by the time you actually get it out the door,
Like MSRP.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's
dude,
the MSRP in a
MSR
GT3?
MSRP on
50?
Mr. Lemon's 992 GT3 is like 187, and MSRP, or it might be like 220, but MSRP on a
That's
Turbo
a
S.
huge fucking delta for the record.
Okay, okay.
Not MSRP. MSRP is like he's like optioned the shit out of that car. Like literally, probably like the base
Yes.
price of a GT3.
It's
is
like 180.
180.
Yeah, it's like
Turbo S
180.
is 220.
It's 215 for a new Turbo S.
Okay, so just for the record, I
It's
could buy
still way more money.
I could buy a Z06 and a completely loaded 2500 Silverado for the cost of one GT3.
Yes.
Alex,
Oh, yeah.
And see,
Like-
and this is what we were starting to talk about when I worked at Porsche is the gap is getting way smaller.
Cars
Porsche
like
used to have
cars like this car are going to fuck with Porsche's business model at some point.
Correct.
Oh, big time.
Because that refinement, well, I mean, listen, you can't argue the provenance of a 911. It's a 911, right?
Correct.
But at some
But
point,
when the Corvette is starting to keep up,
right, when it's the diminishing returns, and now it's like I'm paying a fucking 75% premium for like leather wrapped air vents. Like, is that really important to me? You know what I mean?
And to some
No.
people it will be, but to a lot of people, you look at the performance and like we used to see it with like GT3 owners. I think back in like probably 2014 when a Z06 still cost you 60, 70 grand and a
Mhm.
GT3 was 110.
This is much smaller delta. It's just
Correct.
it's-
But the performance gap in comparison was
well, yeah,
still
because you're
is.
talking you're talking a really refined rear engine rear wheel drive chassis versus a front rear configuration, which obviously has its limitations, which is why they got rid of it, right?
Right.
Yeah, but now that they're like, hey, we can do that, like they made a faster Porsche Cayman for less money,
Correct.
Yep.
right?
yep.
Well,
And
don't be surprised at some point the 911 is going to have to go mid-engine for it to compete
It's
on
I
a
mean,
day-to-day market.
But they've put
it's gonna have
themselves
to.
they've put themselves in a hole. They have put
I
themselves
mean, it
in a
already
hole.
started. They've announced testing and possible release shortly of the GT4 RS. It's already over. The 911 is going to be the iconic car, but the race car is going to be a
Gonna be the
fucking GT4 RS.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Well, I mean,
Cayman.
it's a testament, right? Look at the RSR. Look at the new RSR. It's
Yeah.
a mid-engine 11.
Yeah.
It's a mid-engine 800 horsepower race car.
Right.
Because that
Yeah.
like they've ridden that they've done the same thing that because you can do like the front mid, which is like what Aston does, right? Which is like it's still a mid-engine car, but it's a front-wheel drive configuration. But again, has its limitations, which is why Astons are never quite as quick or as nimble as anything else. Because,
Mhm.
but they have like a GT car thing going on, right? And they're fucking cool in their own right, right? Like I like the newer Astons. I like the way they look. I think they're cool, but you can't argue the fact that they're not the fastest thing on the planet. Like there's faster cars for the same money.
Yeah, they just look badass.
Yeah, you buy it because you want an Aston and because it's an Aston.
Correct.
And it's like, what do you drive? Oh, I drive an Aston Martin. It's like as cool as saying you drive a 911, right?
Right.
It's just like one of those
It's a
things.
pedigree.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. Like, oh, you drive an Aston? James Bond drives an Aston. It's like, fuck yeah.
Then again, if it was a Vulcan on the street, I would shit.
Oh, dude, that thing's fucking. But that's like, or like a Valkyrie or something. Like, who names a car a Valkyrie? Who does that? It's fucking amazing.
Valhalla.
Right? Exactly, dude. It's like, yeah, I named my fucking. Yeah, we named our car after a Thunder lesbian. That was a joke. That was a huge. Putting that out there. It was
No,
just
it
the
wasn't.
first thing to come to my mind. I thought it was funny, and it sounded fun. The two words put together,
so good.
They sounded
So
funny.
good.
So I
good.
said
I
it.
think it's
So
good.
good.
10 out of 10.
For the record, I love Thunder and I love lesbians. No disparaging remarks to either Thunder or lesbians. Moving on.
I think the moral of the story is for our automotive podcast that talks about affordable cars, supposedly.
But it's like
should
we
all
can't.
get new seats.
we were there. We were with STIs, Tacomas, Vulcans.
It's a natural progression. To be fair, let's roll this back a little bit. In the realm of fast, naturally aspirated cars, you have your GT3, right? You have your R8, which is also 200 grand, right?
40.
You have your even the Ferraris aren't fucking, they're turbocharged now. So you have Huracans,
They are. Yeah, they are now. Yep.
right? So you have Huracans, okay?
Mhm.
And this was unnecessary. And I'm like, I'll take that Z06 though. So I'm still bargain basing it in the realm of the car that we're talking about.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Like I'm still a cheap kid at heart, but it's like, listen, if I get a flat plane crank rear wheel drive fucking 8-speed transmission mid engine car for 100 grand, I'm not spending another 85 grand.
No.
There's
Right.
fucking
Yeah,
no
yeah.
way in hell that you're ever gonna get me to spend that money, dude. Like,
And let's be honest. I mean,
And it's
there's
gonna
be a
sound
difference.
amazing.
oh, if
Well,
you
the
heard it, you
difference-
can hear it, and it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Revs
Yeah.
like 85
But
grand.
I
It's fucking
think-
dumb.
I think what you pay for the difference is let's be honest. When you take your Corvette into fucking Chevy, you still get probably Chevy service.
You get sure,
right?
yeah, you get Chevy.
Oh.
service.
You
yeah,
get
yeah,
Chevy
for sure.
service, and then you take your Porsche and you take it into the Porsche dealership, and you get
Yeah, and they bleach your asshole
Porsche.
every time you sit down. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Wait, we
Fucking
do?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I thought we were the new Chevy dealership.
Oh.
Wow.
But no, but it's like you can't argue the fact that like there's they'll be like you pull up to Cars and Coffee and they'll be like, oh, you can't park with us, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's cool, bitch, but like I don't know if anybody knows this, but a C7 Grand Sport ran like a second off a GT3 at VIR,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a real
yeah.
thing. So,
Yeah.
so you're talking about a Metzger engine GT3 versus a front rear Murica pushrod V8. Not even the fastest car, but arguably the better car, right? Because it had the Z06 suspension with the non-overheating engine.
Mhm.
Was only a second off, and that's with completely different configurations. I have no doubt in my mind that this thing will keep up with the new GT3,
Oh, for sure.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, you may not let me sit with you, but I'll be up in that ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like again, we're getting to a point where that gap is like and let's be honest, there's a lot of cars right now that yes, the GT3s have the pedigree, RSs, GT2s, all that stuff.
there's
has
something
the
cool about
pedigree.
saying you drive a GT3, right? They're fucking cool. Like,
Correct,
yeah.
but there's
Oh, yeah.
plenty of dudes that have ditched their GT3s for McLarens or the Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, 'cause it-
like
Because it's you know what doesn't run fucking high nines, low tens with downpipes and a tune? A GT3. You know what does? A 720S.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. 100%. Like,
Right.
and that's another problem is there are those companies out there that have gone that direction. And Porsche has turbos and Turbo S's, right? You
I
can.
mean,
you
the
can
new
literally
911 Turbo is fucking stupid. That car's fast.
You
as
can
fuck.
buy a fucking Cobb access port and get like fucking 100 fucking foot-pounds of torque out of a
Yep.
turbo. Like
And
literally
I mean,
for $1,500. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I like how they
The thing that
upcharge for the
people
access
don't-
port for the 911. By the way, I
I
think
know,
it's.
right?
oh yeah, right. The
It's
thing
It was
same
all that research
fucking-
and development, bro.
It's all the
It's the
same
research and
shit. It's
development.
the
well,
same
it's
shit.
technically not the same thing because technically that comes off the shelf with a tune for your 911.
Yeah, so
You're
does my Cobb
paying-
access port for my STR because all those maps are free, homie.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, but you're paying for a free Subaru map that you could take to any tuner and get a Subaru dyno tune for, or a Porsche 911, which you can take to IPB Autosport for a $2,200 tune, or a $1,400 access port.
But let me
So,
explain
I mean,
something to
you're
you,
gonna pay
Timmy. Let
more
me
for the
explain something to
tune
you,
of your
Timmy.
car.
The amount of work that a tuner puts into a tune is the same whether it's Kyle's GTI or my
That's
STI
true.
or that Turbo S. It's the same amount of beep boops. It's the same amount of beep
yeah.
boops. But if I roll up in a $40,000 car and dude rolls up in a $250,000 car, you think he's charging him $500? You're out of your fucking mind.
50 grand.
Well,
Your car
lucky
costs 5 times as
access
much. I'm gonna
port-
charge you 7 times as much. That's how that shit works. Dog.
An easy example of that is like, I'm just going to throw the company out there, APR. So APR's tuning for Volkswagen is, maybe, I don't know, $500 less than to tune my car versus Tim's car.
Right.
And that's not even a big difference in gap. I mean,
Right.
it's basically both same company. But you look at even Porsche, because they do Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, but obviously you go to Audi, Porsche, the price for the freaking tuning is way more.
Yeah.
Well, they got to pay for that motor when it blows up. Homie, is what they're.
Oh,
what
shit, yeah.
What they're pricing out for. I mean,
And I
honestly,
mean, like my
they
whole thing is
build-
like
they build
access
that into
ports
that.
aside. Yeah, like access ports aside, and I mean, me, Mike, and Chris, we all have all the customers. Like, you take a McLaren or a Ferrari or something like that, and you smash on it for a little while, and typically things break, and your service is expensive as fuck. You bring your GT3 into me, and you put 10,000 miles on it in 1 year, and you pay for a fucking oil change. And then next year you pay
Probably tires,
one
okay,
hefty service. Yeah, I'm in tires too, but like you can actually put mine and Mike's customer, Baron. That's all I'm gonna say. Baron has 60,000 miles on his GT3. Like it is gold. I mean, he beats the living hell out of it. And Mike hears it every day when he leaves for work on Saturdays. Like he drives it like it is a Camry. He drives it like it's a daily driver that's never gonna blow up. And it
Good
doesn't
for him.
technically.
Yeah.
Good
I
for
mean,
him.
but it's just and that's fine. And like I'm not like dude, here's the thing though. Like they've been
My
using that
only thing
no,
is
no,
it
but
can
the-
be a consistently driven, beaten on car and still it's not a huge maintenance cost as people think it
there
is.
I mean, I understand that, but like the cost of entry is incredibly prohibitive. And that's the GT3. They've been using that Metzger engine for how long now? I mean, obviously they've iterated on it.
14.
Yeah, okay, so it's a 7-year-old engine. They fucking better be reliable at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's if you're pushing $200,000 on something, and
Right.
they've been using, you're spending that kind of money for not the most cutting edge technology that the company has to offer because it's a more
I
raw
mean,
driving
even
experience.
a regular 911, a regular 911, a regular Cayman, a regular Boxster. It's been 2 years in service for me now, and not one time have I had motor concerns with anything. Not
I mean,
once.
That's the thing is like nobody's arguing the validity of like what Porsches cost, but
I
but
just
it's-
think that they can be used and beat on and have less problems than other cars that get beat on.
I mean, McLarens are put together like race cars. They're scaffolding and carbon fiber and all that kinds
Yeah.
of shit. Like they're not built like regular cars. Porsches are still like they're not carbon monocoque. They're fucking aluminum unibody. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference in construction, but it's like incremental shit, right? There's iterations, there's levels to this shit. At 720S is a hypercar, it's not a supercar.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
and again to the point that I was trying to make was, and Tim, you're on track even to that point, but at the same time, competition is catching up for a cheaper
Yeah.
price. I mean,
Yeah.
they really are. I mean, to the point of the McLaren 720S. I mean, that car is fast as shit. Costs what, 150?
No, it's closer to 3.
No,
Oh,
I,
no,
I
no,
think
I'm
they're
sorry.
3. They're
720.
3.
Yeah, that's
You're thinking of 570S.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like 360 though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's an expensive car, but like you said, a tune and some downpipes, like
It's
that's
a
a
9-second
fucking
car. It's a high
monster.
9-second car. Low 10, high
That's a
9-second car.
monster.
Which people don't understand how fucking fast a 10-second car is. That's a fast fucking car.
That's a very
Right.
fast car.
Yep.
That's a very fast car.
So when it's like, oh, you're fucking, your car runs 11s. It's like, yeah, that's quick, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like,
Imagine
people
what
are
kind
like,
of 60 foot that is.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I want to see your fucking fat ass run 13, 20, and 11 seconds.
right? You're gonna do with the
You
fucking
could-
dirty ass air filter too.
We're in a big transition time period between expensive shit is losing value, gasoline cars are on the chopping block, and as scared as I am, I'm excited to see what happens in the next few years. As long as Subaru stops making cost checks and goes back to making STIs, but we have hit our time, boys.
Yeah.
And all
Yeah.
those fucking bombshells of cool shit and all that fucking nonsense. We appreciate you guys hanging out. I appreciate you guys for listening. I do have to edit this podcast, etc. Put it up so it'll be launched for tomorrow. If you didn't get a chance to catch a Twitch stream, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitch. I might be gaming on this channel. 'Cause I'm trying to get this channel to hit affiliate, and we have to have so many streams in a week. So I might start gaming on here just to kind of hit us up. Yeah. So
Warzone.
we'll play some Warzone. I'm down to play some Warzone, do some cool shit.
I'm down.
Warzone with the podcast, boys.
Okay, hold up. Chris is
Oh,
the
shit.
when it comes to Warzone.
Bullshit.
Like
Warzone.
that. We can have that chat off stream. Anyway, I gotta get this shit edited. Appreciate you guys. Thank you again for listening. We love you very much. And as always, stay
Out,
safe.
boys.
And we'll talk to
Yep.
you next time.